again. Hopefully the numbers are pointing up and it's a great show. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Lauren.
Wow. Good job,
Lauren.
Thank you so much.
We'll be going on the journey. So Lauren, you're gonna come with me for being the lucky random draw. You get the choice placed in front of you as the next choose your own adventure. If you can read it out loud for us.
You will now decide when there will be a tribe swap. The tribe swap means that all players would be mixed onto new tribes. The swap will occur 1 when 16 players are left in the game to 2 tribes of 8, when 15 players are left in the game to 3 tribes of 5, or when 14 players are left in the game to 2 tribes of 7. No swap, there will be no swap at all. But beware, if you choose no swap, you will lose your vote at the next tribal council you attend. But if you're comfortable with your current tribe that you don't want to swap, perhaps you don't need your vote anyway. Select any of the 3 swap options and you will instantly get an extra vote advantage. The choice is yours. Please circle 1. You are the only one who will know this information. It is up to you what you do with it. Good luck. Okay. I choose 16 players in the game to 2 tribes of 8.
Great. All right, so we'll be swapping at 16 players, 2 tribes of 8. Because of that, you instantly get an extra vote. So this is your parchment.
Wow.
Keep that with you. We cannot replace it. So you got to keep it dry, keep it safe. Can use that in any tribal council up to the final 5. All right, so
When there are 5 people.
When there are 5 people left, it's no good anymore.
Oh, okay, so I can play it at 6.
Through 6 until there are 5 people left. Correct.
Not at final 5.
Not a final 5. Yeah. How many ways can I try to say it and sound right? And obviously, as it says here, you're the only person that knows when the swap is happening. So do with that information what you would like.
I swap at 16, boys and girls.
Okay.
The other options were ass.
What were the other options?
I could do tribe swap at 16, 2 of 8, or I could do tribe swap at 15, 3 of 5, or I could do tribe swap at 14, 2 of 7. So tribes of 8 gives us the best chance.
Agreed. Yeah.
I will not be telling anybody about the extra vote. No.
Like any of us, and like what?
Oh, I also
be
could have
me.
chosen
We're going
no
to
swap.
17 here, right? So there's one more challenge.
Yeah.
before the swap.
One more challenge, one more elimination. I could have chosen no swap, but then I would have lost my vote. And I also don't think that's beneficial for us down the line. Hello, how are you?
I'm not shocked to see you now.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, is this our home?
This is our home.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I knew you were gonna be next. I did.
Yeah. Is Margot not here?
Yeah. You must have opted to
She
go
must
home.
have not wanted to stay. Okay. Do we have a fire pit?
No.
Oh,
This is
fantastic.
it. Apparently we're getting a tent at some point.
Oh, a tent. All right.
Yeah.
Probably gonna be merge, right? At merge.
We're not going to take
That's
I think, no, I'm saying that I think that we'll compete and one of us will make merge. Everyone who ends up here over the course of the next day or so will compete, and then they'll basically merge and one of us will go in there.
Alright. Let me remember.
Hello.
I did not expect to see you here. What the heck?
Good to see you.
Hi, good to see you again.
I guess it's
Hi,
not
we
50
haven't like
years.
really
We
officially
haven't.
met. I'm
How
Steven.
are you? Nice to meet you, Seth.
Oh gosh.
Well, this is a surprise.
You and me both. Wow.
So this is your camp area. Just make sure you're super quiet, especially when we have anything happening out in the field.
Right.
As of now, there are players in the game that may know about this, but there are players in the game that also likely don't know about this. So we want to keep it a secret from the production side as long as possible, right? So
Austin was on the chopping block. And then after the challenge that you were the voting said, so he was able to swing votes onto you. And then he idled out
Are you fucking kidding?
Margot. And then
Who said this?
Austin. Who else? Is he running the whole tribe over there?
That's false.
As far as I knew, no.
No. I don't think he knew about that I was going this tribal. He voted with me
Oh.
this tribal.
So he's really trying. So literally yesterday, not even before any vote outs, he told a couple of our tribe members that he was for sure on the outs, and if you guys lost, he was for sure the first one gone. He was like, I have no hope. That was what he told a couple of our tribe members.
Wow.
So he's playing at the challenge field and everything. He is playing.
Yeah, but he's not. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not actually like playing well. He's just playing.
He's doing something.
Okay.
He's doing something.
Okay. What I have learned in the scrambled pre-tribal was, I think it was Lauren. She claimed she didn't tell anyone, but I'm like, if you're telling me that you believe this and didn't tell anyone, and everyone else is telling me that someone spread this around camp, so it sounds to me that Lauren spread the rumor that at least she thought I had an idol. Not necessarily that I did have an idol, but that she thought I had an idol because she thought I was out looking. When we get back, we like, you know, you kind of separate off. I go to talk with Rachel and Lauren, and I look down. The idol's literally sitting in a nook in a tree like that, literally 2 feet behind them.
Oh yeah.
And I told them, because I'm under the impression right now, because I played a straightforward, honest game, and what I said was my word was my word. I assumed that they were allied with me, and I was like, hey, just as a heads up, like, if you can cover for me in a second, because I see the idol, and it's literally in the tree right behind you guys. And so then there was kind of a split off, and I started talking one-on-one with Rachel. Lauren went to...
But who got the idol?
Lauren went to supposedly distract a couple people. Next thing I know, so she went into a group with Julian. I saw Julian starting to eye the tree, and I was like, did Lauren just spill the beans when I thought I was just talking to Alliance people?
Yeah.
And then Lachey darted and I reached down and tried to grab it, but she snagged it before I did. And so at that point, I knew I was toast, because I think that Lauren's running things on our tribe. I don't know that for sure, but it seems like she's kind of the center point. And at that point, I realized, oh, maybe this 4-person alliance that I'm in is not actually an alliance. So then it ended up turning into everyone wanted to vote either Rachel or me. And of course, everyone was telling me that Rachel was the vote and I was the decoy. And I think that my only claim that I could have possibly made to them, which is challenge strength, goes out the window, because they all know for sure that there's one challenge left. And then, for all they know, they're going to be on a tribe competing against me. And so I felt like at that point, I put the pieces together and knew I was kind of screwed.
And one other person next to him, and it was us and Steven. And Steven said to us, I'm hearing that I'm the decoy, Rachel's the actual vote. And we were gonna tell him you were the decoy, but we decided Rachel, because that was it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
No one could figure out who we wanted to vote for either, because he said everyone.
And that wasn't because we wanted to vote you. That's because he had told me he wanted to vote you.
That's crazy how he switched up on me so fast, because he literally like tried to bond with me the entire night.
I mean, when you're playing, I think. I mean, I can understand. To be honest, like you hear names and you just wanna, because you gotta be talking to everyone. You gotta be lying to someone at some point.
I'm just being an OCD freak.
And then you just gotta hope that the consensus ends up not being.
There's something I can do that will help
I'm
with
not,
that.
like, honestly,
I get that. I get that.
I'm just making the ground more level because last night was difficult.
Yes.
The arrow just got so.
I feel like I know I expected my name, but I didn't expect it so much.
I was never voting for
Yeah, I mean, you was an option
you.
for me.
I'll vote for you if you're sitting at the end. I'm on security.
And I feel like I don't want to be messy, but I was like pushing for you at first, only because of the reason why I told you, like, because we had.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Honestly, that's fine. Like, it's been a lot.
Yeah. And then I felt like overall, I mean, I could work with like getting to know you versus.
Yeah, that's fair.
I honestly feel like Steven might be a little bit the casualty of
everyone was kind of trying to find a consensus on a person that wasn't them. And then he was just throwing out the most names based on what he heard. I knew right off the bat I didn't want to throw anyone's name out. I just listened, said, what do you think? Like, who do you like? And then relayed that information to other people.
I think he realized though somebody had to say a name first, because from our conversations, everybody was scared to say somebody, so we're both just standing there like.
I think he maybe wasn't as like socially connected as he thought he was. I thought he was like, I need to throw out a name and then everyone's gonna be happy. Just
That's what I got.
that
Yeah.
name.
Happy to talk. I can read the rooms already. I was asking for a name all day. If y'all would just told me straight up.
You thought she might have my phone.
And
No, she was sleeping all the time. She was really after my bag. She was bored.
Well, she's back to day one.
I saw her as the biggest threat in like maybe this whole game, on all three tribes. And I knew that
That's why I came to her tribe. I expected to win out, you know?
Yeah. And I knew you wouldn't. I knew you guys were super, super close.
I would have no choice anyway, you know?
Well, we didn't know, because if she had an idol, the thought was, if you told me that it was her, just her and
And the only time her name I was begging for a name, and when you wouldn't give me a name, I knew you're coming for me.
I wasn't coming for her. I told you that it was me or you.
But you wouldn't give me a name, dude. Like,
I told you it was me or you. You said you didn't want to give another name. I'm not trying to, I've been upfront. I've been very, very straightforward. If I say to you, hey, it's between me and you, that clearly means I'm not putting your name down. And then, to solidify, when Meg talks to me, she's like, yeah, I'm hearing your name. But who's saying? It was her saying.
Yeah, I didn't hear nothing until after we talked.
So I was just like, if I told you I wasn't putting your name down, I didn't. I had to do what I had to do to stay.
I'm not, I'm just upset the way she was.
I get it.
It's hard to remember as it goes.
Honestly, Margot was the hardest vote for me. She was the only one. She was the only one that didn't say me. Seth wanted me and Meg wanted me, so.
If we were on a tribe with a bunch of dicks, it would be easier.
But everyone's been so genuinely lovely.
all right, Matt, I'm curious. You bought a big box. Are you anticipating something happening right now? I mean, this is choose your own adventure season, and things have been a little wild. So who knows what's gonna happen?
Where'd you get a box?
It was our comfort item. We built it. Anybody else feel like it's time for some sort of change?
No.
No? No, not yet?
Not yet.
Well, you would be right. This is an immunity challenge with the tribes as is. I'm going to take back immunity here.
Wow.
Immunity is back up for grabs. And I will go get Thomas because there are 2 immunities up for grabs in this challenge. One tribe going to tribal council. This challenge is a classic. It is called Hot Pursuit. What that means is you will be chasing each other around a course, trying to tag the group in front of you. When you do that, you score a point. Once you have 2 points, you are safe and you are out of the mix. And then we'll continue to keep going with the tribes that don't have 2 points yet. All right. Once you score 2 points, you are safe, and you will not go to tribal council. So the last tribe, or the tribe that does not score 2 points, will be the one to go to tribal council. You must sit out 2 people. Sorry, you must sit out 3 people for a Kochi and 2 people for Turloose. Cannot be the same people that sat out in the last challenge. All right, so you're only running with 4. So I'll give you a few minutes to strategize, and we will get it going. We're playing to 2. Players ready? Go! corners especially. Everybody rest. Front hand, just like Eric was on the hay bale, on the hay bale. There's ready. Matico leads 1-0-0. Go!
You take your foot on the corner.
Paper orange is blue. It's blue.
Point for Turlouse. Reminder, Natiko has 1 point. Turlouse has 1 point. Playing a 2. Got a foot on it. Foot on it. Perfect. Who's ready? Go!
They're coming. They're going back. You got it, Eric. You got it, Julian. I got it. Keep going. You guys got it. Come on, boys. Y'all right there. Hurry up, Blue.
Speed up.
Get it, Eric.
Got it. Turlouse scores the 2nd point. Turlouse wins immunity.
You did that one.
All right, your other 2 players are going. And safety, keep that in mind. Players ready. Go!
Save the right.
Keep going. Come on.
You got it.
Right here. This is it. Come on. Right there.
You guys got it.
Come on.
Let's go. Let's go. Nice win.
Good job.
Oh.
Oh man. Oh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, that was
a brutal challenge.
It's hard. Sprinting and carrying something heavy.
Okay, thanks guys.
Yeah, that was,
Y'all did great.
this,
They help us at all. They help us at all. We earned that shit, dude. I told you the power forwards right here. Told y'all.
Fantastic forward.
Told y'all.
Did we get reward too?
Fuck yeah.
I'm very happy for you guys.
Thank you.
Rolling.
Thank you.
Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. Turlouse, congratulations for another immunity win. Who wants it? Let's see. And because it is 2 tribals, 2 immunities, you do get a reward for being the first place try. So Tico, it's been a long time coming.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Everybody.
Kochi, I'm seeing you at Tribal for the first time. How exciting. So Turlouse, if you can stick with me for the reward. And Kochi, right here, and Tico, you can head back to camp.
There's a mystery food item that I will deliver to your camp.
Take the mystery food?
Yeah.
All right, I'll
It's
do.
like leftover from that eating challenge. It's like some disgusting stuff.
Oh.
Honestly, a lot of those things weren't that bad.
Actually,
Fuck it, we'll play.
I'll put some mayonnaise on my octopus and pull it.
Good with that?
Yeah.
Hi, Turlouse.
Oh my god. And drinks?
So we got some seltzers for you to split. and some peanut butter and jelly fluff, or just peanut butter, depending on what you want. Right?
Peanut butter fluff sandwich. Oh my god.
Okay, so there's 8 and 6 of us. So 1 each, and then we can
All right.
deal the last 2.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
I want fluff as well, but I'll have peanut butter.
What is fluff?
It's like marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
If you haven't
It's
had
called
it,
a
you should try it.
fluffernutter.
Fluffernutter.
I've never had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Me either. I don't like peanut
Is
butter.
it just
jelly.
peanut butter?
I'm not allergic
or
to
is it jelly?
jelly.
We won, I think 3 in a row, came in first or came in second. Haven't had to go to tribal yet, and here we are.
I'm kind of glad we lost. Gives us a chance to draw some lines.
Because all of today we've won, and we go back to camp and we sort of sit on our tarp and we're sort of singing Kumbaya, and you know, we haven't really been forced and kind of allowed to make natural discussions together. So now we'll be able to.
And have our numbers be the same as red at least, so no one can be like, well, they have the most numbers.
You know, if we're rolling 7 deep, we might be outnumbered by the other 2 tribes, and they might just pick us off. And then my work to the end is going to be a lot harder than it already is.
We had to sit out, Caitlin and I, last time, which means we had to play this time. It was a running challenge, which is not either of our strengths. And like lifting heavy things, which not my strength. So I knew this was sort of ours to lose, which was kind of frustrating, going in knowing you probably don't have that good of a chance, and then also knowing you're part of the reason why your tribe lost is not a fun feeling, especially going into tribal.
My thoughts are I'm shitting my pants. I did not perform well in that challenge. I was probably the person holding everyone back. I gave it my all. They know that. So at the least, they can hold on to that. If anything, hopefully they can reflect on the times I did do really well today and yesterday.
I would like to keep Caitlin. I'm worried that the tribe will vote her out as like an easy target. I'm trying to keep the girl strong, but I know that Kayla isn't entirely sold on that idea, and she's outright told me that. So I don't know if I can trust her, and I don't really know where her head is at.
Caitlin not performing the greatest in this challenge could be an easy decoy boot that might rally the troops, but I like Caitlin a lot. I don't think she's super sneaky, and I think she's pretty trustworthy in general. Like, we could rely on her for a tribe vote come merge or something like that. So I think that potentially we can like get votes on someone else.
So I just want to tell you that like a priority for me is not writing your name down.
Really?
Yes. I'm not even kidding. I think we can have something sneakily, me and you, that nobody would expect.
Okay.
That's where my head's at, because I know obviously there's like some kind of preconceived notion about whatever challenge, bullshit, whatever. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
At least I go on vibes, and also like we haven't had a chance to really talk about anything.
Yeah, I know, and that's what's been hard about this is like no one-on-one time. It's like we're kumbaya all the time, but we can rarely get a chance to like actually talk strategy. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I'm down with that. Like I really am, because I don't want this to be the note that I go out on. Like I have so much to offer.
I know that. But also, like, I'm gonna do my best to talk to people and see what's happening, and then if I have any leverage anywhere, I'm gonna leverage it somewhere else.
Okay. I think in situations where I've been able to be calm and collected, I've really pulled through. So hopefully that carries me through tonight.
I'm not hearing your name at all.
You're really not?
Swear to God.
I really
I'm
thought
not, yeah.
because Josh comes to me and he's like, I am not gonna write your name down. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's what people say when your name is out there.
Look at me, I promise. Yeah,
If I had to choose someone, I would go with either a male who would not fit into the female alliance, if that's actually going to be a thing.
I'm not necessarily wary of the girls' alliance. I just want us to, I want you and me and everyone to work with the people that they want to work with.
Okay. I agree with that.
Yes.
I do. And it doesn't even mean it has to be girls forever.
Yeah, exactly. Just
Or
get each
we're,
other through
that
this.
we're,
Like possibly Josh. He's such a sweetheart. Just terrible. But maybe the one I clicked with the least of the other males.
I probably had the most opportunities to have one-on-one chats with Josh, and they've gone quite well, but I did also say that I am kind of wary of just him being a very personable person.
Yeah.
And like just like very charismatic, and just exactly what you're saying, like the feeling that you got. I have sort of had the same feeling through our chats, even though it's gone great, and we're like, hey, like we got each other and stuff. I have felt that I may not be the only person that is being said to.
Yeah.
My brain is a freaking mess. The girls and Luke seem like we're down to vote Josh.
Like, it's like I tell him one thing and he's like, oh my god, really? 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 And I'm like, yeah, like, it's okay. It's not a big deal. We have the numbers. Okay. So it's like going forward, that's probably going to cause some issues. So we may have to cut that one loose. Even though I really like him and I think he really likes working with me. So that sucks.
Yeah, Josh was like, please, just as long as my name isn't even a decoy, anything. Like, I can't even hear my name.
I was like, okay. I don't know how to respond to
You
that.
don't want it to be a decoy because you don't ever want your name to be a decoy because that's how it's count.
I know,
yeah, I forgot about
but it's like, yeah, obviously none of us do.
Yeah.
I don't want to play strictly with one gender or another, but
Right.
like specifically for me, I think that it doesn't help me.
Okay. I appreciate your honesty in that, yeah.
I'm finding that I think that there are a multitude of shields in this game for me, which is something that I don't experience often. Not like I played a bunch, 100, but and it's something that I haven't played with, so it's really a new experience, kind of having shields around me, and it's cool. It feels comforting knowing knowing what happens when merge hits.
So you're voting me out?
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I mean, but also I'm down for where the votes lie. I don't want to be outside of the vote, and I'm
me neither.
I kind of feel split a little bit between the guys, more so like Luke and David, and then Kayla and maybe Caitlin on the other side.
I don't know, Kayla tells me that we're good and that she really wants to work with me, and I feel like she's being truthful with me, but I think she's also keeping a lot from me, a lot of half-truths. I wouldn't be entirely surprised if she had the idol.
She is telling people that she thinks I have the idol, which is just like, if she thinks that's true, okay, but like I don't.
Because we went on a tribe idol hunt and couldn't find it, and I have seen her sneak off a few times on her own and kind of collecting wood or doing things that just feel like maybe a cover-up.
And then I also have information about her advantage that I've only told to Nina and like haven't been like spreading around. So her going around telling people that she thinks I'm the one with the idol just feels like a kind of a dumb move.
So, which I would rather keep Caitlin over, okay?
Right. Can we get Caitlin or someone else?
I can try.
It's being like pretty obvious that she's saying to my face like, oh, we're doing this girl thing, and so am I, to be fair, so I'm not like too pressed about it, but like, I don't know, the whole thing feels really messy and stressful, and I don't like it.
Well, right now what I'm hearing is Josh or Caitlin.
Yeah.
And
like the women are thinking Josh, and then probably when I just spoke to Ashley, she was also kind of throwing out Kayla's name too.
Yeah. The other possibility is maybe Kayla, only because Ashley has started to voice some of the same concerns I have about Kayla being potentially dangerous down the line.
Right now, the only 3 names I've heard floated are Josh, Caitlin, and Kayla. And I'm doing everything in my power to protect Caitlin.
That's because she's been off. She might have an idol because we haven't found. We've looked everywhere. Like somebody's got to have it, right?
Someone has it.
And she's been off by herself. Nobody's been by themselves yet. No. I found a hidden immunity idol this morning, and I haven't told anyone about it yet because I haven't had the opportunity. And what I'd like to do is, when I get a private moment with Nina, is tell her I found it. We actually did a group idol hunt just before we came up to this challenge, and I've already found it, but I don't want to let people know that. So I had to fake looking for an idol with everybody, and of course we didn't find anything because it's in my pocket.
So this tribal got pretty interesting. David told me that he has an idol and that I'm the only one that knows.
You know how we went for idol hunt earlier? There's no idol here. My pocket. I found it this morning.
I want that idol still, man. Like, what the hell is it? Where the hell is it? I've looked everywhere. I didn't see anybody grab it, but like, I think it's that tribal. I think this guy Austin is lying to me about where he found it. I truly believe that.
I know. So I haven't told anyone. So I want to talk to you about it. So I haven't had a time. So we were up at like 5 this morning. You know. Remember there was that huge tree branch. Someone's like, "Why don't you break it in half?" I went over next to the, and I slammed it like 5 this morning. It was like still kind of dark. It was right there in the tree. I just found it. I took no one saw because it was so dark.
I trust him. I trust him completely.
So it's in my bag right now. So this is my thought to you is, like, it wasn't something I want to keep for myself. It's something I want us to be able to go deep. I want you or me winning.
Yeah.
And if hopefully that's something that like changes the game, or it's a flashy move that gets one of us to win.
Right. He said that he wants to use it for both of us, use one of us to win. I don't know if I fully believe that, but honestly, just knowledge is power. And just honest, like, it's not even that knowing he has it, it's knowing that other people probably don't have it, probably don't have one, which is the most powerful to me.
But we also have the numbers for Josh.
I'm nervous that she has an idol. I don't think she would make it all. But, well, if she would write Josh's name down, we can do it. I'm really like, oh, fuck, okay. Kayla told me that Ashley has an advantage, that she can leave tribal with an ally if she wants. And I'm also, I believe, the only one who knows besides Kayla. We have to check back in with Luke and David, but Josh told me outright he's putting Kayla's name down, and if the girls all write Kayla's name down, then I mean that's 4. That's all we need. But it seems like he was pretty sure that Luke was gonna write Kayla, so it could be a unanimous vote. But at the end of the day, if it's not, we have the majority if Josh votes Kayla. 3 of us, Josh. For sure. Yeah, I'll double check with Luke, but I haven't talked to him yet. But has anyone talked to Luke? I did right there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I really want to like stick with the girls. I really want to be a strong group of girls. But I just don't know if that includes Kayla right now. But I think if we can get through this vote with taking out Kayla, then I think Caitlin, Nina, and I can then lock that in and move forward. And then we've also earned some trust with the guys, so we don't feel like it's girls on guys trying to take them out.
Ashley threw my name out. I might get a stray vote here. Hope not.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. So the options are Josh, Kayla. Yeah, I know Josh has thrown your name out, but no one else
has picked up anything on that. So everyone's been like,
he looked me in the eyes and said, I got your back.
yeah, he was like, yeah.
But I'm trying to protect Kayla and Caitlin.
So also, I wanted to see because the guys were also trying to see like Ashley versus Josh with the other, because I think the other guys would be down to do Josh, but I'm not sure. So let's just talk to him. Okay.
She was pitching this. Told me he was leaning like Ashley or Kayla.
He was like, who's Chandler?
He looks like a friend I have.
Oh.
Chandler.
David's okay.
Where's the win?
So, I mean, it doesn't mean Josh. I think
Right.
it means Ashley. It might mean Ashley.
If they get
really,
Kayla and Ashley, can Ashley still happen?
yeah, I really want to work with you.
I do too.
And this may just have to be a tribal that we let them kind of take the reins on. And that's from my perspective, because honestly, like, losing.
Let the guys take the reins.
Yeah.
Probably be it's shaping up to be a 5-2, where it'd be 5 Ashley, 2 Kayla, and the 2 Kayla would be coming from Ashley and Caitlin.
I just hope that Ashley doesn't have the idol. I don't think she does. But that's where my vote's going.
Ashley or Kayla would be my, but I don't want to tell you something that's going to blow up my game. So
I'm not
just
going to.
take that
I will.
with
I
it
will.
as a secret.
I will. I promise.
But I don't know. It feels like it's evolving. So.
Yeah.
I wanted to inform Caitlin about it, but I don't know if I should. Fuck.
I do have an advantage. It's like a choose your own advantage with several options. I can leave tribal, like remove myself and one other player from tribal. I can read all the votes once they're cast. I can steal somebody's vote. I can also mutiny and trade tribes at a challenge, which I really like my tribes. I don't anticipate using that. But if I can also keep it, it can be an advantage for the tribe or an individual advantage moving forward. I don't want to play it this early.
We're just gonna have to keep Ashley feeling safe, and if not, I guess we vote Caitlin or Josh.
I do feel good with my alliance of Nina, Luke, David, and Josh. I do think that they're going to vote with me.
You know, when I first started this game, I saw Kayla. I was very intimidated by her, and she's shown a lot of ways that I can trust her, and I like that. So I'm really happy about that, because I underestimated our potential together.
However, Josh is playing very messy and is like saying all kinds of things to people, which I don't freaking understand. Like, he's telling Ashley that he's gonna try to get me to write David instead of Caitlin, which are two names that I'm like aren't even out there, so it just doesn't make sense. Why do you tell Ashley I'm voting Caitlin?
She's gonna go.
Josh, that's so messy. Don't tell people I'm voting somewhere else. What are you doing? I understand that, but you can't tell Ashley that I'm...
I said, no, I didn't say that you're doing that. I said I'm gonna try to convince you to do that.
To vote who? Instead of Caitlin. But I was never voting Caitlin. The names out there are me, Josh, and Ashley. Me, Josh, and Ashley. So, like, that's just, like, really kind of fucking annoying.
We're gonna pray that Ashley doesn't play her thing. If she does, then I think we go Josh. Unfortunately, I don't want to do that, but I think that's our next best bet. I really, really like working with Caitlin.
I think that same thing I said earlier, is that I think Josh is... It's gonna be really sad, and I don't want him to cry, but...
I feel a little less sad about it because he just looked me in the eyes and said, I don't want to vote you. And then Nina told me that he was pitching my name.
That Nina was pitching your name?
No,
Josh is pitching your name. I have heard your name. Yeah. I've heard my name. I've heard Josh's name, and I've heard David's name.
Oh, David, I haven't heard David.
Yes. So I don't really know what that means, but...
Who said David?
Josh told me that other people were saying David. But Josh told me like 100 things. So
I didn't hear.
I
Josh
was like
being a little swirly because I didn't hear anything.
I was like, what are you like? I was literally like, what? I feel stressed. I do think it will be Ashley, but I also know she has an advantage. So if she's feeling really fucking nervous, like she can use her mutiny and take her and Caitlin out of the tribal. And then I honestly have no idea how that would play out because the rest of us are like working together.
I feel like Josh and I have had a few good one-on-ones, just
I really like Josh.
grabbing water. I also just have been aware that like I myself am like a much more introverted person and like am just much more subdued and quiet, and I think he is sort of on the opposite spectrum of that, like very personable,
Yeah.
very outgoing. So I think he and I complement each other quite well, but I also do just think about like the connection that I and he have. Does he also have like the same connection with you? Does he have the same connection with Dave?
Yeah.
Does he have the same connection with everybody else? But I really like him. This is not me saying like vote Josh, this is me saying that like I would love to keep Josh, but I just wanted to sort of voice I guess some of my thoughts. But I really need to just make sure that my name sort of stays out of Ashley's mouth or out of Caitlin's mouth, so that if there is a vote or two sent my way, that doesn't happen in case an idol does fall out of the sky, or so I don't have those votes moving forward into the game for that count back factor.
I'm locked in.
Okay, good.
I
just wanted to.
We're going to have to do that the whole game.
We will.
The whole game. We might not be able to talk to each other much.
And
by design, when we go to
exactly
other places in this, in this trip here, like we might not be able to like have too much alone time together. So we just have to like lock it in. And
I completely agree. And keep it on the line.
I just want to make sure we're at a consensus. David, Luke, Kayla, and I, because I don't want to go against any of them before I start spreading more stuff, spreading more chaos.
Immunity idols and extra votes and some things that can happen in the journeys, everything can mess up the game. So a blindside is always preferred.
We also have the advantage of knowing that whoever gets sent out is able to battle back into the game because Ashley chose that at her journey. So I guess there's like a little bit of peace in that, but who I would prefer to go right now is Josh, because he looked me straight in the eyes and said, I don't want to write your name down. And I heard that he's floated my name. I know that he's got this charisma that he's playing everybody with, or just barely starting to, and I know other people will start to see it, but I've got to lay back this vote. But what's gonna happen.
Now that I hear my name, I don't know.
I haven't heard my name, which is good, and hopefully they're not all just lying to my face because they're really good liars.
It's chaotic. I'm trying to keep my cool right now. I'm panicking inside, but I can't show that on the outside right now because I've got to stay here.
We do get along so well, and we do have a genuinely great time with each other, but the major con of a group like ours in a game like Outlast is that when it comes to voting someone out, there's no clear-cut answer.
We just do what we gotta do in this game.
Well, welcome, Akochi. It's my first time seeing you at Tribal Council. It's been well over 24 hours you've been in the game, so impressive winning streak. You've been doing really, really well. But I want to take us back a little bit. I'm going to start with the opening. Nina, talk to me about sitting around on these cones, seeing all the players walking in, kind of what was going through your mind those early stages of the game.
Early on, with the cones, I just kind of sat with the group, honestly. There was kind of a big group forming and then just Austin by himself. And that was looking a little ominous to me. So I just sat where everyone else was. And then when the tribes were forming, I was actually left out. I kind of it was like, okay, 1 minute scramble. I looked to my left, they're all forming. I looked to my right, they're all scrambling. And I was like, cool. And then I look over, and then everyone's like, come over here. And I was like, yes. And I couldn't be more happy.
Kayla, talk to me a little bit about your decision going for the scroll. As you know, you're obviously sitting there, everyone's watching, and you were the first one to get up and make that move. So tell me a little bit about why you did it and what were you thinking?
Well, I just thought it would be probably the most fun. It turned out to be a little bit like anticlimactic. Like we all just kind of like grouped up with who we were next to. But I thought it would be fun to like have a moment to like, I don't know, start the game, scramble a bit.
But what even made you get up to take the scroll in the first place, not knowing really what it was?
Just because I can't help myself. I literally was like, Kayla, don't get up, Kayla, don't get up. But I as soon as you like half stepped into the circle, I almost like jumped up and like followed you. But I like kept myself seated for a while, and then no one else got up, so I don't know, I did it.
Caitlin, talk to me a little bit about kind of the first couple hours at camp life, setting up, getting to know these people. What were the early moments of camp like yesterday?
I want to say pretty typical, but I don't actually know what the other dynamics are. I would just say everything went smoothly. Like everyone found a way to pitch in, everyone found a way to relate to each other and listen to each other and just get to know each other better. We talked about strengths and weaknesses, and I think that was a huge help in us going on a little bit of a winning streak. So I think things went really well at the beginning.
Luke, anything stand out to you from kind of the reward challenges? Not necessarily go through each one, but kind of overall as a summary, anything that kind of jumps out to you, kind of big moments or moments that you thought were interesting from those 4 reward challenges?
I will say in general on the reward day, I feel like our group performed quite well. I feel like we all did a really good job of being able to communicate what our strengths and weaknesses were. Maybe things that we may have wanted to try in certain challenges, and I think through just having ourselves be heard and being open to receive and hear other people's thoughts and opinions, I think we were able to plan really well and be able to execute all the challenges to collect things like rice, like a tarp, that have really helped us throughout this last 12 hours or so. There were some like dynamics between particular tribes, like, hey, like we'll look out for you in this one if you look out for us in that one. And so, yeah, we got a sense of what some of the personalities on other tribes are like, who's kind of wheeling and dealing, who's up for talking, who's maybe a little more reserved. So it was an interesting day. It was a great day in that we didn't have to attend anything like this. But I guess now is the time in which we play the game.
So Ashley, Luke mentioned some interactions with the other tribes. How much do you think those dynamics are going to play a factor in what happens down the road? I've mentioned it a couple times, but this is the most I've seen tribes kind of interacting at Outlast. And, we never say you can't. So there's no rules that are being broken, but it's really interesting to see how engaged this cast seems with each other. So just curious your thoughts on what does that mean for where the game's heading?
Yeah, I think I'm a little surprised as well. It is kind of nice because you never know with a choose your own adventure, sort of what comes next, what's down the road. So I think because we really don't know what to expect, that you have to try as much as you can to build relationships and bonds and build that faith and goodwill with other players in the game. And I don't really know how it happened, but we seemed to develop this sort of rivalry with the Red tribe, which kind of worked to our favor because the Gray tribe chose us to help and try and knock them back a little bit. So yeah, they were able to give us some sleeping, or they gave us a blanket. So last night was really, really cold. And so just having that extra little bit of warmth was truly a game changer. So yeah, it's been interesting to see what you think are the dynamics based on the conversations you have, based on things maybe people are saying to you because they feel on the outs of their tribe and they're dropping information and you don't know if that's true. And then to see them come back from tribal and it is not at all what you thought was going to go down has been really interesting. So I'll be excited to get to know them a little bit better and see what's really going on back at camp.
Josh, how has this experience overall so far been different maybe than what you expected coming in? Is there a big difference between kind of your game plan or what you thought you were going to be a part of coming in versus what has actually happened?
Yeah, I thought I'd be bitten up by more mosquitoes.
As I just made my leg all bloody from
I thought it would be more uncomfortable. I feel pretty good. I'm not hungry. I mean, I don't want to brag, but
We've had the most food, I think, of all the tribes.
yeah, and I'm just like really, I thought it would be a little bit more like cutthroat and more gamey, but these people I actually really, really enjoy, appreciate, and I'm very happy to have spent this time with them and also like continue to get to know them. They're all interesting people, and like I'm really grateful.
David, has there been any discussion amongst this group in terms of who has done something like this before, who hasn't? Has there been talk about experience versus non? Like, has that come up at all amongst this group?
Yeah, it has. And this group, as far as I can tell, we've been really honest with each other. We've asked that question at our camp. Do you have any experience playing these type of games before? And a few of us have played in one other game or multiple games, and we're leveraging that as a tribe to try to be better, to leverage prior experience. Perhaps we've watched other LRG seasons online and maybe recognize people in other tribes. I don't think anybody has a relationship with anyone else prior to this game, so kudos to you and the casting team for that. But there are some faces that are familiar, at least on the computer screen, to us. And I think it's something we're leveraging. And with our tribe, we've talked about this a lot, but there's so many strengths that we all have that if it feels like we're like a powerhouse tribe. Like, challenges are unpredictable. The one we're sitting here for, it was just like, it wasn't gonna be our day on that one. It may have never been our day, regardless of when we showed up on that one. But I think most challenges we're gonna win because of all the people we're sitting here with.
So Josh, how do you vote then? You talk about all these strengths, you're talking about having kind of skill sets everywhere. What is the vote coming down to for the tribe?
It's very difficult. I think it comes down to who you can build trust with moving forward. The way in which you interact with people and how they perceive you and you perceive them, and I don't know, I think it's difficult. It's very difficult to choose someone, it's tough. What do you weigh that decision on? Do they have longevity in the game? Do you see them as a threat? Are they, immediately threatening or long-term or whatever? It's difficult to figure out.
Ashley, has there been much talk about tribe strength versus trust versus people who may have, we've talked a little bit about these social dynamics between tribes that may have had some interactions with other people that you could be leveraging down the road? Is that kind of what is kind of outweighing the other things for this vote?
Yeah, I think because we've been so good, we haven't really had to play the game until 10 minutes ago. So we haven't really had a ton of one-on-one time because no one wants to be the first to kind of, start breaking off and potentially put a target on your back. So we've just been hanging out and really getting to know each other, playing games with each other. So yeah, no tribal is fun, but this sucks. So yeah, I don't think necessarily that anybody has a weakness that is detrimental and hindering us in any way. So I really think that it is gonna be based on relationships that are forming and trust and getting ready for whatever comes next. We came to this last challenge with all of our stuff thinking we were gonna have some sort of swap, So yeah, I think leaning more into thinking about what comes next.
Luke, so mention of a swap here. What are you thinking about as you look towards potential swap, potential merge? Is this the time to get out threats? And are those threats the more folks you think could win challenges, and the more folks that may have more social dynamics in the swap? What's kind of weighing on you in terms of what's the next phase of the game brings?
Yeah, I think right now I'm just wanting to have my vote represent who I trust. In that, I think there are some huge threats on the other tribes, and I think if I sort of roll with the people that I trust, that can sort of help to work against some of these other threats on the other tribes. It seems that there's a lot of loud personalities. There's a lot of like game players on this season, which is quite frightening, but also allows for a pretty dynamic game that you can be very happy with the winner because you can expect that there was someone that really played their heart out. So right now I'm just thinking about who I can trust will have my back moving forward in a tribe swap, so that we can work as a team, work as a group to start to think about how to deal with some of these other players in the game that may end our time.
Caitlin, has there been much talk about idols, advantages, things that could impact the game beyond this vote, right? Has there been much discussion at camp, or either publicly or privately?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, the last time we were chilling, waiting on tribal council to get through, we straight up talked about a potential idol out there. We got hints from a member of another tribe of where their idol was found, so we decided to collectively all go look for it. We weren't successful as far as I know. But that could mean someone here has it already. There's always potential for that. Everyone's always going to get water, bathroom, whatever. Or it could mean that we're poor at scavenging for idols. We found our weakness.
Nina, do you think, had you had to go to tribal council, let's say yesterday in the evening, do you think the dynamics now are different than they would have been then? Do you think the person that maybe would have gone home yesterday evening may not be going home now?
No, I don't think so. I think the dynamic would be different, but I still think the outcome would be the same.
Kayla, do you think that the vote out is a surprise, or do you think the person that is going will know, or how much do we think this is going to be a blindside?
I would feel extremely blindsided, so I would expect that anybody sitting here would feel blindsided. Like, nobody wants to go. We had a short scramble session, and we all were just like running around having conversations. So I don't think anyone is like 100% sure where the vote is going or what's about to happen.
All right. Is there anything else anybody wants to talk about? I always try to leave a little bit of time, whether you want to talk about it publicly or privately. You want a live tribal, this is your moment. If there's anything else that needs to be discussed.
I just want to say that as we've talked about, that we're like your vibe tribe. Just remember, there is an opportunity to fight your way back into the game. The other tribes don't know that, as far as I know, but that somebody has to go, and that sucks. But you have an opportunity to play and to fight and get your spot back in the game. And for any of us going right now, I hope that it's one of us that gets to come back in.
Agreed. Too.
That was well said.
All right. This looks familiar. This has been on in my living room the last 3 months. Okay, where's the idol? Let's go find it. I'm gonna lift this up real quick. See some instructions for a table. That doesn't help me at all. The disadvantage of coming to tribal council after well, 6 other vote outs is that if there was anything here, it's probably been found already, but I had to give it the old college try. Okay, here we are.
Nothing's there. This is a self-preservation move. Caitlin, I want to work with you, but I think Ashley threw my name out, and I think I'm going to get definitely Ashley's vote and possibly your vote. If Ashley somehow magically feels that it's her and wants to play her idol just to be safe, if she has an idol, I need to protect myself. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm sorry, I didn't want to do this.
I'm very sad about this, but this was the name I was given as we were leaving. It was between you and Kayla. We were leaning Kayla. But yeah, you're too charming. You're good at this game and you are a big threat. So unfortunately that is not good for my game. But I'm rooting for you and I hope that you take this opportunity to fight your way back into the game and come kick my ass.
Made it.
Oh, 2 votes left.
That was such a mess. I don't even know what's gonna happen. I fear it might be me or I'm getting votes. But Ashley, why are you telling people I have an idol when I don't?
Once the person's voted out, we have to leave the tribal council area immediately. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol or an advantage you'd like to play it, now is the time to do so. All right, I'll read the votes. First vote, Ashley. Next vote, Josh. 1 vote Ashley, 1 vote Josh. Next vote, Ashley. 2 votes Ashley, 1 vote Josh. Next vote, Caitlin. 2 votes Ashley, 1 vote Josh, 1 vote Caitlin. Next vote, Ashley. 3 votes Ashley, 1 vote Josh, 1 vote Caitlin. 2 votes left. Next vote is for Ashley. Ashley with 4 votes. That is enough.
Oh.
Moving your total.
Good game. That's the plan. Oh, hello? Okay.
Ashley, your tribe is spoken. Who would like this? Can you read it out loud, please?
Some people have been snuffed, and there's still many more to go. To be the sole survivor, never let your social game slow. You will need that prowess as you continue this afternoon. Big changes are sure to test you, and they're coming very soon.
Soon meaning we're about to head out to the challenge field now.
Can we run back to camp?
You can now.
I didn't see that coming. Well, that's not entirely true. I felt like I was not having enough conversations with people, and I noticed people having a few conversations, so I don't know entirely who was behind that vote, because someone did put a vote on Caitlin. So I have a feeling maybe that was Josh who I voted for. So yeah, I was definitely blindsided, and I think it was a unanimous vote against me, which is an honor. I think I was maybe playing a little too hard too quickly, but I'm glad that I decided to allow players to fight for their spot back.
I just want to say your speech at the end was so lovely. I just didn't know it was for you though. And since you created Redemption Island or whatever this is, then you can be our first member of it, hopefully.
Unsure how many of us there will be doing that. I don't know if I'm literally about to head to a challenge right now. But yeah, I have an advantage in my bag. I think that's still good. Yeah, really, I was truly blindsided. We got some sneaky players.
Ashley, I'm so sorry. It's already time to get out of your own. I'm not feel about it, but this is what I have to do right now.
But I'm not betrayed by anybody by any means. I think they did what was best for their game. I didn't see it coming, so good on you for blindsiding me. So yeah, it will be very interesting to see if I get back in this game. What happened?
So as you know,
Yes.
because you made the decision,
Which I announced to myself at that tribal council.
you now have the opportunity to go to the outskirts
Mhm.
and compete in a challenge to get back into this game. It's up to you if you want to do it. It's a yes or no. And you just have to make that decision. It's not required, but it's up to you.
Yes.
All right.